Hello, um, welcome to this recording. So basically what I do is to show you how to configure GoldenGate to start a capture from Oracle 11G to Oracle 11G. So basically I'm just going to capture from a schema and replicate it back to another schema. So basically that's the same whether you have a single server or you have a source server, target server, doesn't really make much of a difference. Alright, let's start. So I have a installation, as you can see, in that particular directory. So if I were to run ggci, which is the first thing to do, it starts that. You can see it's version 12. So it's always good to run one of the later versions. You get good support. If you're on old versions, well, you're kind of on your own. So usually the first thing that we do is to start a manager. So I'll just show you what the parameter file is like. So for me it's really simple. I have a port which is a required parameter for manager, and that's about it. And I'll start manager, and because I configured that as a service, it's you don't get a pop-up as in Windows, so which is a good thing to do. In Unix, that's just you run in the background anyway. Right. So what's the first thing to do? The first thing to do is to configure some parameter files. Alright, let's create a capture for a integrated extract. Well, let's call that ESRC. E for extract, SRC for source. So basically that's what I have. I log in, user ID and a password. I need to define where I'm going to write my GoldenGate trails. I'm going to capture DDLs, and every time a DDL happens I'm going to report it in the report file, and I'm going to capture all tables for the schema ggs user dot asterisk. Right. So we'll just create a pump just for the heck of it, although we really don't need a pump because of the fact that it's basically the same server. So but we'll do that anyway, just to be a bit more complete. Oh, that's not a good thing to do. Right. So the pump basically has something called pass-through, so in which case you would just say, hey look, don't bother getting the metadata, don't bother logging into the database, you just grab everything that you have of that particular trail, yeah, and write it to a remote trail somewhere, which so happens to be my server again, and my server happens to be called kkgn-au. So give a slight indication of where I live. Alright, then let's have a look at the replicate parameter file. So I call it R for replicate and TR for target. So as I was saying before, I'm going to replicate from a schema GGS user to another schema called Scott. So I have my user ID again and the password. In this case I put a assume target to tell the replicate, hey look, whatever that's on source is exactly the same as what's on target. And again I capture all DDLs to the DDL include all, and have something called DDL options report, and to tell me every time a DDL happens to write in the report file. And I map the schema that's coming from GGS user to the other target schema, which is called Scott. Alright, so let's clean our database before we start configuring all this. Alright, what's the first thing to do? Alright, a neat trick is to you can run any operating system commands by keying the word shell. So, and your commands appear here. But in this case, well, we can do a short form. We can do sh for shell, and I can do a sql plus ggs user slash ggs user. Alright, let's see whether those tables are there. That are one. So basically I'm just using the demo tables that come with the installation. Okay, that doesn't exist, which is good. axis. Let's connect to a Scott. And let's see. That does exist. Alright, cool. Let's get all that. So in which case there's no DD on both sides. Exit, back to my GGCI. Okay, let's see if I've actually added this particular extract. So a way to do that is just do the info extract ESRC doesn't exist. Info extract EPUM. Oh, it existed. I better get rid of this. Clean it up. EPUM and info replicate RTR exists. So I just delete it. RTR. Okay. Oh, alright. I didn't actually do that. So because of the fact that this integrated and integrated groups, I need to log in. So user ID, GGS user, password, GGS user 0. Now I'll be able to delete. Alright, it has done so. So what I do is that we can start configuring our groups. Alright, sorry I have to do a cleanup. Always nice to do testing before recording. So let's do that. So the first thing to do is to register the integrated extract. So the way to do it is to register extract ESRC database. Alright, we've registered to the database. So the database now the extract will start be able to grab transactions starting from that particular SCN. Okay, the next thing to do is to add the extract, because it's integrated. Trend log. Let's start to begin now. So whatever time it is right now, it's where it will start extracting the stuff. Okay, it's added. Now, if we view program again, we notice that we define a local trail where this extract writes to. So in which case we need to add that. I call it dir/aa extract. What did I call it? ERSC. Oh, I made a mistake. Alright, let's delete the extract, which has the wrong name. And let's add the right extract name. Alright, that we can now add the extract trail. Alright, that's all added. Now we can add our pump. again, we're writing to a remote trail called dir/bb. So let's add the remote trail. Let's add it. Alright, so we're going to write to a dirraa, and the pump is going to pump it to dir/bb. Let's have a look to make sure that we clean up our respective trail to make sure that there's no trail by those names. Oh, there is. Let's delete it. Let's do the same for BB just in case it's there. Alright, so then, let's have a look. It's not found. It's not found. Alright. Right. Let's add our replicate. The extract trail that we're going to read from is BB. It's good. Sorry, that's a wrong command. Let's try again. That's better. Okay. So now that we've added them all in, we can start all of them. We can start the src. Okay, it's always good to check the status. Can do that again. It's now it's running. It's running. Let's do a stats, and it should say nothing is captured, so it's arm and running, and it's particularly healthy. Alright, before we start the pump and everything else, let's go in and configure do some DDLs and do some transactions. Alright, but so what we can do is we can go back to SQL Plus again, and because we nominate the GGSCI user as the source schema, we can get in there, and we can grab a script that's called create, that's shipped in the GoldenGate installation, and basically it creates a couple of tables. So if we describe the customer, it's there now, the customer org, it's there. Let's get our GGSCI and SQL Plus again, and let's do a stats on src. Voila, you see there are two operations now. Now if we was to start the pump will now copy whatever that's in the extract local trail to the remote trail. So if we remember what we've done, it's the local trail which begins with AA, and the remote trail that is configured as BB. Let's start the pump, check the status. It's running. You can do a stats on that, and it should show the same thing. Two operations captured. Right, we haven't started our source replicate yet. Okay, so probably it's a good idea to if I move this across and let us start another CMD on Windows, so that we can log into the so-called target schema. So in here, because we haven't started the replicate, we won't be able to, there's no such objects. Alright. Now if we were to start our replicate, we do some status to see whether it started. It's running. We can do a stats here. You can see that it's now 2 operations. So if we go back to the other screen where we did that before, we'll find that it's now created like magic. So let us do some transactions. So we can do the same thing again. So one of the useful things that you can do in a GGSCI is something called history. Alright, so we can do a history, say 40. So that gives us all that. So you can go and find the commands that you need to that you have done before. For example, we did a SQL plus on that, so that'll be a great thing to do. We can do something called exclamation 38, and that's basically just runs that shell command and start in there. So as I was saying before, we have quite a few scripts in the GoldenGate that comes in GoldenGate installation. The other one's called demo or a insert. So basically insert some rows into those two tables, tcustomer and tcusolve. Right, let's do some of this. So you want to do the select asterisk from ggs user.tcustomer. You find that there's some values in there. Same thing to do with it. Alright. So remember, this is on the screen. That is the target. Yeah. So let's see whether that's actually something there. So that will be Scott. I'll just key it in, although it's redundant, so that we could see that it's in on the table. So similarly, we're done. Alright. Let's get on this, and let's do a stats on the respective. So we can see that there are now, you can see the inserts for tcusolve. Scroll up a little. You can see the stats for the tcustomer and so on and so forth. Alright, so anyway, they are in English. It's pretty easy to read this particular report or display. So if we do a stats on RTR, so basically you can see the same things. Okay, so that's basically how you configure GoldenGate using one of the later versions and using both integrated extract and integrated replicate. Alright, as you can see, it's pretty simple. So that's basically concludes this first demo of how you configure the integrated extract and integrated replicate. And you can see its configuration is pretty simple. There's not much to it. Good, thank you very much.